huge thank you to Mickey Meyer and Team Show Me Reptile Show for putting on COLUBRIDFEST 2025. Also, CCR, Colubrid and Colubroid Radio, Clint and Dr. Zach. COLUBRIDFEST, Allen County War Memorial, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Team Show Me has arrived. Building a dream, Mickey's vision for community.
Show Me Team Dry Goods coming into the empty tables. Here we go, guys. Official 2025 COLUBRIDFEST.
But wait, there's more.
All right, so there's three methods. There's probing, popping, and palpating. Probing, so I forgot my probe kit in Missouri, so I will not be showing you guys how to probe, but that's fine because that is my least favorite method of sexing snakes. It's very invasive. You basically use a piece of metal and stick it down inside of the snake's tail, and hope that you hit hemipenes or their wall down. But I can walk it around, and if you're interested in learning how to palpate, I can show you how to palpate when I do it. Run your thumb down the tail of the snake, and you're going to be looking for a bump. So you're going to feel a bump whenever you're going out. Now the funny thing about this is this was actually listed as a male, and I am not feeling any hemipenes there. But this is generally where I start. So there's that method, and then there's the method of popping. Don't get too close because sometimes they do squirt. But yeah, I believe this might be our female. So, would you guys all kind of get that? I don't like popping because it's invasive to the animal. I mean, we're already holding the animal against its will and everything like that. So I'm always a big fan of the palpation. You're gonna take your thumb.
Does it work on babies?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it works good on babies too. I'm gonna go grab the other one and see if he mislabeled everything. Yeah, so the bump is a little bit farther down the cloaca. You usually catch it down on
Like
the water.
first 5 scales.
Oh yeah, first 5 to 7 scales.
You want to trade those?
Yeah, let's trade. Let's see if this one's the male. Yeah, this is probably the male. We'll find out.
Gorgeous.
Oh yeah, beautiful little corn snakes.
Kiss you.
Yeah, see, so this one you can kind of feel the bump in it. If you want to try rubbing your thumb down there like I was. Below the vent, yeah. You want to start below the vent. And then
Is this a tree? Can I climb on this tree?
yeah. You feel the bump in there? You can go a little farther down on it.
Yeah, I feel it like here.
Yeah. So the palpation is, in my opinion, just it's the easiest way to do it. I've watched people poke through with probes and stuff like that, and it's,
You're right up there.
Does that work with all colubrids?
it works with all snakes actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's the vent, so you want to feel a little farther down, yep. Apply a little bit of pressure. A little more pressure. So it should be right in this area.
This is very subtle.
Yeah, you can feel it right here. Kind of feels like a joint popping. You feel anything in there pop? And that's really all you need to do. So when you're doing hundreds of little hatchlings and stuff, it's just the fastest way to do it too. See where their vent is. Males obviously have more, but that's not always the case in everything. But is the case in some things. So
If you're like unsure when you feel it?
you can, yeah. So if you're unsure, you can definitely give her a pop, and you can see. And a lot of times when the snake is bigger, they're not going to let their hemipenes out. But what you'll see is see those two little red nodes in there. Yeah, the hemipenes. So yep. So you were mislabeled, but that's okay. Anybody got any questions about sexing snakes? Super quick and easy little talk, please.
I want to feel the bump, boss.
You want to feel the bump? Oh, he's getting ready to give you the big bump.
I bet.
So you're gonna start under the vent and work your way down. Trying to feel it? He's been massaged out, so it's gonna be more down here. That's right. It's just gonna feel a little bubble. Now, if you guys do probe animals, always be extremely gentle with them, because your probes are going into the hemipene of the snake. So you just want to be super gentle, not to press too hard. Like if you feel like you have to apply any extra pressure, it's a female. Don't try pushing any harder. But yeah, that's about the gist of it for this one. Super easy. It's just all about being gentle with the animal though too. Don't want to be too rough with them.
And Mickey,
Start
you
freaking
said
out
that works for various species.
Yeah.
You'll feel that?
Yeah. Yep.
Why is that not the go-to?
What?
Why is
Probing?
palpating not the go-to?
I just don't think a lot of people know how to do it. So.
Never even thought about it.
Very unevasive.
Yeah, no,
That
it's
was
super
just
unevasive.
like
It's super
petting
easy.
the snake.
Super easy, and I think, in my opinion, that's the best way unless you're going to use an ultrasound. Sperm in their hemipenes. That's
I see it every year with my kids, so it's
Yeah.
just interesting.
yeah, that's a little misinformation for
Yeah.
sperm plugs.
Yeah, that's
But all right, well, cool. I'm going to put this little guy back. He's going to be in the auction tomorrow. So, and then Zach's getting ready to speak and explain the difference between colubrids and colubroids. Does anybody have any questions or anything?
Thank you.
When you probe, you stick the probe towards the end of the tail.
Yes. Yeah. So what you're going to do if you choose to use a probe is, I always, whenever I used to probe a lot, I would use KY gel, put it on the probe, and just try and slip it down one side of the tail because there's a hemipene on each side of the tail. And just very gently push it down in there. And with a larger snake like this, you're probably going to get about an inch in there. That would be a male. And you might only get a couple scales in if it's a female because it just blocks off right there after. Yeah. Really appreciate everybody getting up and getting out here early this morning, getting set up yesterday. Got a lot of great speakers, a lot of great things set up for today. So with that, I'm going to pass the mic off to Zach over here.
Alrighty. Good morning. I just want to say, everybody have a good time last night?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so did we.
We did. Clint's hurting. He just doesn't say anything.
It was a good night.
All right, so thank you all for coming. We're thrilled to have you here. We've put up the talk schedule multiple times on social media, and we're going to hold to that today. But before we begin the talks, as you know, CCR, we want to just talk a little bit about our goals for the weekend, because as you know, this is not just a reptile show. This is not just a symposium. There's a whole lot more to it, and that's kind of our goal. That's our vision. And I'm going to hand the mic off to Clint.
All right, everyone. First off, thank you for coming. I think that even last night, seeing the crowd that was out here for the first couple talks, we already saw the dramatic jump in attendance. I mean, it's clear how popular this has gotten over the last year, and that is super, super exciting. What I wanted to do was, I wanted to take a moment and really, I guess, explain COLUBRIDFEST, because I know that we've got new faces in the crowd, first-time attendees, and I don't want to call it confusion, because there's some who were here last year that may not even realize what the true goal of COLUBRIDFEST is. So we're not building an expo. That's the first piece that we want to put out there. There's an expo attached, a colubrid only expo, and I know that's why a lot of people are coming, right? And that's great, because we love that. And once I take that off the table, that, you know, we're not building an expo, that's not what it's about, then the natural assumption is it's a symposium. It's what we're doing today, right? The education. And while we certainly love that, that's actually not the goal either. Those are both byproducts of the goal. What Zach and I and Mickey have all come together to build is an event that brings the community together, that unites the community. Last night, for everyone who attended, went back to the hotel and had that big mixer, that's what we're building. There wasn't an animal in the room, as questionable on some of them. But that's what it was about, the people. Did you guys hear how loud that room was last night? And that's with a bunch of inverts, right? You know, inverted people. So, introverts, sorry, I'm saying inverts. I might still have a little in me. Introverts. I mean, you have a bunch of introverts in one room making that much noise. Why? Because we're getting to talk about what we're passionate about. We're getting to share in that. So one of the biggest concerns, I can call it, or watch-outs that we now have, anytime something is growing, anytime something is getting bigger, you have two things that can tear it apart, okay? First, sorry, I had this too low, I just got notified. Thanks, Max, our handler. Yeah. Two things that we have to be cognizant of, or it all comes crashing down. The first is infrastructure. I mean, you think about how many companies start out great, and then before you know it, they're struggling to keep up with what they're doing. You know, the customer service goes down, things like that. And it's because they've grown faster than what they had the infrastructure for. That piece, I think we've got covered. I mean, you guys see the size of this place, and that whole wall back there gets moved. We can keep growing and growing, and we're still fixing some of the nuts and bolts in, you know, little pieces that each year will get better and better. But the infrastructure, we're solid on. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good there. The next one, and this is the hard one. How do you grow with more and more people and keep the feel? How do you keep what made it special? And I mean, again, you can say that about just about anything. And again, I'm going to use another business reference, but whenever you have one place that has a feel in it, whenever that place grows into multiple places, it doesn't always carry the same feel from one place to another. You know, you can go into one restaurant and it's great because the people in there are great. You go into another of that same restaurant in another city, it's different people, it feels different. So, with that in mind, I want to say this. If you attended last year, can you raise your hand for me? I love it. Okay, I want you to look around at each other for a second. Keep your hands up for just a moment. I'm sorry. Now, bring them back down. I'm now talking to you. If you didn't have your hand up, you're good. You're safe. You don't have to worry about this.
No homework.
That's right. But if you had your hand up, understand there are going to be more people throughout today and tomorrow that didn't have their hands up, okay? Every one of you who had your hands up, you know how you felt when you left last year, right? And that was the beauty of it. No one was talking about the species they saw. That's not what was all over Facebook, was it? No one was talking about the educational talks. Those conversations took place, don't get me wrong, but that's not what you saw plastered all over social media. What everyone was talking about was how they felt. The vibe was the word. It was the vibe. The point is, 3 guys, we can't keep doing that as this gets bigger and bigger. So what we need from every one of you that just had your hand up, it's up to all of us to make sure that those who didn't have their hands up leave here feeling the same way we did last year. Because that's what community building is going to be about. Have fun with the reptiles, have fun listening and learning, but if nothing else, if you see someone you don't know, say hi. Bring those conversations in. Make sure everyone who's here feels as welcomed as we all did last year. That's what it's about. That's what I'm asking from each of you. That's what we need. That's what we want. So please do it. All right, I'm going to pass it back to Zach and we're going to get started.
All right. Awards. So we all know many of the names that pop up when you say things like hognose snake, pitchophis, milk snake, rat snake. And the way we did our awards, in case this is your first time seeing this, is we used social media and we put a call for nominations out. And then we basically took the top 4 or 5 people that were nominated, and then they became our nominees. And then we put it out into the interweb, and you could sign up with Show Me and vote. And so the winners of those are going to receive a plaque tonight. And we're also going to recognize people that were nominated, okay? And so with this being said, to be a best of breeder for a given taxa, we basically view these peeps as people that have advanced key colubrid or colubroid groups in private herpetoculture. They produced quality offspring to support captive populations. Many of these individuals figured out how to breed something for the first time. They proved how to morph. They made a line more resilient to inbreeding. They basically did the Lord's work to make it so that you tomorrow can go across that curtain and purchase one of these things. Take it home with you. We also have the fact that we think it's very important, and we were happy with the nominees. We wanted people that were going to educate and basically try to promote their taxa by leading by example. So that was another part of this whole thing. So the first category is Best Hognose Breeder of the Year. And so our nominees went as follows. We have Jeff Galewood, JMG. We have Tom Kelty, Kelty's Colubrids. We have John Rice, Fathom Hogs. And then we have Josh Simpson with Colubrid Kai. And if we knew somebody wasn't going to be here tonight, last week, recorded little mini clips, and so we have their acceptance speeches on video. So, with that being said, do you want to do this part? This is where we're at today.
We're high tech.
All right, thanks guys for giving me this this award. It's really nice to be appreciated by everybody in the community. It's a pretty big honor, and it's really cool to see where the community's gone through these past few decades, where we're at now with not just hognose snakes, but just herpetoculture in general. So definitely appreciate everybody that voted for me. There's a lot of other really good nominees, a lot of great people in the hognose community. This is really, really cool. I'm glad COLUBRIDFEST is a thing. I really wanted to be here. Unfortunately, already paid for tables in Anaheim. I was trying to find a way to do both. But again, thanks for this award. It really means a lot, and I'm very happy to have this. And thank you all. Give it up for Jeff.
Jason Nelson, Jonathan Lohman, Roy Arthur Blodgett. And the winner this year is Chris Montross, Dark Horse.
Thank you, I guess. I breed yellow rat snakes and banded water snakes. I'm just trying to find 5 more people to like me too. So I'm trying every day. So
seems like you've done well with it.
I'm trying every day. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Pitch Alpha's Breeder of the Year. Our nominees are Jason Nelson, Jay Jacoby, is that right? Nice. Shawnee Reptiles, anybody know their name? Shawnee Reptiles. Okay, Summer Stevenson, Summer Snakes, and Chris Paint Shop. And the award goes to Jason Nelson and the Reptile. There he is.
Thank you guys. Thanks. Appreciate you even considering me. Yeah, it's been cool. Thank you guys.
All right, Rat Snake Breeder of the Year. Nominees are Circle Reptile Company, Matt Most, Eric Westmoreland, me, slide it in, and Chris Montross. And the winner is Rob Zirkle, the Zirkle Reptile Company. Rob, we have something extra special for you. It could not have happened to a better individual. There was one plaque that they failed to send us. So Rob, you get this very special IOU. Your plaque will be in next week. We're going to ship it to you, buddy.
Yeah, I just want to thank all you guys for taking part in the hobby of colubrids along with me. And I appreciate everybody that acknowledges what we do. And I hope you guys have a great day tomorrow.
Okay, so now we are going to do the Colubrid and Colubroid Community Awards. So these are a little different than Best Breeder of. For these awards, we are looking at people that promote and represent the community. So basically everything we're talking about today. We don't need to beat this dead horse. We want to make the world a better place by people knowing colubrids exist. Come on. Thank you. Serve as mentors to new keepers. So these are the people that when a noob reaches out, we don't necessarily attack them. We understand that they're new. We acknowledge that, and then we basically do what we can to kind of lead them down the right path. Promote information sharing. These are people that go above and beyond to get the word out about the snakes that we love. They celebrate colubrid and colubroid herpetoculture by advocacy. And by advocacy, we mean when there are threats to us keeping these animals, these are the people that can keep a level head and maybe talk to the people that are promoting whatever legislation, whatever could be coming down the pike that might be impacting us, and get them back to center. And then push colubrid and colubroid herpetoculture to be better. So, community. And the nice thing about these awards is this includes both breeders and keepers. So that was a key designation for these last ones. So, best new captive. I give this to him.
Although there's a reason that I probably shouldn't do this one. You'll see in a minute. All right, so best new captive colubrid species breeder. We have Kristen, Jacques. That's why I shouldn't do this one, because of that one word. But Stygian Exotics, I have that. It's the last name. Sorry, Kristen. Kayla Martin, Infrared Reptiles. Matt Most, me, and April Linkfield. And the winner this year, Kristen, Stygian Reptiles. Come on,
Kristen is actually, she's fallen ill today, so she's in the hotel room. Somebody is taking the award for her. There we go. Do you want to be Kristen and give an acceptance speech? You know you do. You really do. Here.
Hi, I'm Kristen of Stygian Exotics. I know she's really proud of this, and I know she wishes she could be here. But she has kids, and they started school, and everybody got the flu, so she's actually just getting over it. So she's like at that period where, you know, you're just worn out. So she's just gonna rest for the raid. She'll be here tomorrow. Good to go.
All right, thank you. Okay, so this category, most innovative colubrid breeder or keeper. This category is basically looking at people that are pushing the husbandry of colubrids or colubroids, and basically doing something that will enable certain taxel groups to actually live when we get them into human care, or promote them to a new audience. And so we have Jonathan Lohman, Kayla Martin, Clint Bartley, Roy Arthur Blodgett, and Mike Clarkson. And the award for this goes to Mike.
Thank you to everyone, all your support. You know, most innovative colubrid keeper of the year. That's a big show of support from everyone to say such a thing, because, you know, I'm tinkering on my silly aquatic snakes, and the recognition means a lot to me. Really big thanks, honestly, to Colubrid and Colubroid Radio and Show Me Reptiles for recognizing this sort of thing, right? This is how we progress the hobby. This is how we push the practice of herpetoculture, by recognizing people who are trying to do that. And I'm just honestly humbled and flattered that my name would be considered, and then to win this award. You know, there was a lot of people in the category doing a lot of really cool things. And yeah, thank you. I'm truly honored for this recognition.
I really did. Just like we're recording. Okay, Colubrid Personality of the Year. So, Personality of the Year is somebody that basically goes out into the wild and advocates for colubrids and basically represents us well, and most importantly, is integral in bringing new individuals into the colubrid world. And so that can be done through podcasts, that can be done through YouTube, that can be done through messaging everybody that messages you, that can be done through posting on social media, that can be done by writing articles, all the above. And so for this category, we have Clint Bartley, Joe DiStefano, me, JMG Reptiles, Jeff Galewood, Jeff LeClaire, and the winner is Clint.
So I'm going to say, one, it was a little weird being in a nomination on something that we were putting together. We actually had questioned, should we remove ourselves? We posted that out, and everyone had told us, no, you know, we should have our names in it. And I want to say that this is To me, I mean, I don't know if it just says I have the biggest mouth in the colubrid community, that I'm the loudest, you know, if that's what it is. But I tell you, for you guys to nominate me, to see my name up there with such talented and incredible individuals, it really is an honor. And I thank everyone who participated in any of the voting, who took the time to nominate anyone that you thought was special, to vote for anyone that you thought was special. I mean, to have this, it really does mean a lot, because at the end of it, all I'm wanting to do is make this hobby better, you know, for all of us, to make the community tighter. So for you guys to put my name up there and to cast your vote for me, I truly do appreciate all of you, and thank you so much. Thank you. Next up, we've got Colubrid Community Representative of the Year. This is for individuals who not only do they put forward the colubrid community, they represent us in such a way that it is the perfect light for what we want to be seen within our hobby, within our discipline, within our industry, whatever word we want to put there, in herpetoculture. And that's going to be whether it is in the academic world, that's going to be in the legislative world, whether it's in conservation, whether it is in herpetoculture. These are the individuals that we want to be seen as. You know, that's how we want someone who doesn't know anything about reptiles, colubrids, or snakes. If you're going to put a picture up and a description of an individual who keeps what we keep, this is who you want it to be. That's what these individuals represent. This year's nominees: Joe DiStefano, Zach Loafman, myself, Sarah Moore, Sarah Snake Shop, and Justin Smith. And the winner this year, I have to be honest, I'm thrilled to be able to stand up here and say this one: Zach Loafman. Zach, I truly do feel that you are the pinnacle of the colubrid community's representation. Your pictures don't always justify that. The facial expressions aren't always it, but when it comes to everything you represent in conservation, in education, in pushing forth the positive piece of what we have here, you are who I wish that the poster would be made of, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you all. This means a lot to me. When I took on the podcast, just so y'all know, in the academic world that I dwell in, it was a little bit risky, because I sit in these conservation meetings all the time, and I'm a professor, and you're going to be on YouTube. That was a thing that I got hit with a bunch of the uptight people that I work with. And then I thought about it, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to be on YouTube. Hell yeah, I'm going to make the podcast, because I just thought that the colubrid world needed a voice, and that was why I did it. And I really liked NPR, and I got tired of hearing about those damn pythons. So I basically was at a point where I was like, can we just talk about some snakes that I like? And so I'm humbled. All the people that were up there as nominees, they were totally deserving of this as well. And this does mean an awful lot to me, so thank you. Okay. And now our final award is the Lifetime Achievement Award. So, the Lifetime Achievement Award is pretty straightforward. These are the people that have been doing this in excess of a couple decades. That was one of the things that we, kind of threw in there, and that they've done an awful lot to push colubrid culture forward. Without these individuals, we would not be where we are today. So they're really important to our world. They're really important to the hobby, the discipline, herpetoculture, whatever you want to call it. And I can say that the three of us were thrilled to be able to recognize someone as, worthy of this particular designation. So, our nominees are Craig Trumbauer, Zirkle Reptile Company, Eric Westmoreland, Bob Applegate, Clint Bartley, and the Metazotics team. And our award goes to Craig Trumbauer. speak. If you haven't communicated with Craig yet, you need to. He helped me write my first book. When you do that process, you get an awful lot of comments back telling you how this is not the best thing on earth, and you have to have a thick skin, and I do. But Craig just kept reminding me, no one else is doing it. You got to do it. Put one foot in front of the other, and I can tell you that he's had a huge impact on me in herpetoculture. So, of course, he gives credence to Planet Snake Tune, so we shall hear Craig's message.
Hey everybody, on the Planet Snake Tune. I'm so appreciative of this award. I'm not sure who and how I received this award, but it's very touching to me. Maybe it's just because I'm old, I don't know. There's so many of you out there that deserve an award like this more than I do, but I want to thank everybody, so much for those who voted for me. And I've been around for a long time, gone full circle, boas, pythons, venomous, back to colubrids now. It's a little bit older, and I'm lucky to love it all. So for all of you on my Planet Snake Tune, I love you. I love our diversity. I love who we are. And I so appreciate this award. It was very nice and very touching to me. Although I'm not sure I'm the one to receive this award fairly, but thank you so much. I wish I could be there with all of you at the show. I just got back from Dallas. I'm really old and really tired. So have a great show, and thank you again so much. Thank you.
And so you all know, next year we're doing this again. Once you win an award, you cannot win it for the next 2 years to keep the category open so that we can share the wealth. So when you see the nominations hit next summer, you've got months to think about who we should be nominating for these various designations. And do it, please, because this is to celebrate us and you and everybody that's in this room and people that aren't in the room. So let's hear it for the nominees and everybody that won. First award ceremony. Okay. To be designated a large colubrid, we came up with the snake when it reaches an adult length. There has to be the option of it being 8 foot or bigger, and there can't be another award that those species fall into that category. So like Pitchophis, even though bulls can get to be 8 feet, they have their own award. So that's kind of how we did that. And so nominees for this, we have Roy Arthur Blodgett, Wellspring Herpetoculture. We have Jason Hood, who's in the, where are you, Jason? Over there. There you go. So Jason. Kayla Martin again. Kayla shows up a lot. John Michaels, Black Pearl. There's John in the audience currently. He's here in spirit. Yeah, he's within 10 square miles of us. And then me, Zach Loafman. So the winner of this award was Roy Blodgett.
I want to say thank you so much for this acknowledgement, this recognition for my work with large colubrids. It really means a lot to have the respect of my peers in the herpetoculture world. So I'm really grateful for that. And I'm really sorry I can't be there celebrating with everybody and attending COLUBRIDFEST this year. Turns out that I'm at a very important wedding while y'all are there enjoying yourselves. Otherwise, I'd be right there with you. But yeah, just thank you so much. And I also really want to give a shout out to all the other people who were nominated. I saw everyone getting nominated for this category and all the other categories. Everyone that was nominated is a deserving person to come home with this kind of a recognition and acknowledgement. And so I just want to give a shout out to everyone else who was nominated. And really thank you again to everybody who voted and who took the time to nominate me for this award. It's really it's a profound honor. So thank you.
So last year when we did the auction, The auction was obviously to fund research that my lab was going to do focused on colubrids, and the idea was the research we were going to do had to A, involve an imperiled species and be helping with the conservation of a taxa, either at the federal or state level, and then B, everywhere this research goes, it is going to be posted, put in acknowledgement slides and PowerPoints, put on posters, that this is field work being sponsored by herpetoculture. And I think that that's a really powerful message to send to people that might be writing these regulations, because they're oftentimes the exact same people that would be funding this kind of research. And if they see that herpetoculture can be paying it forward a little bit here and helping the wild populations that we keep, that's a really good way to open up a dialogue. And I know it's a good way to open up a dialogue because I was able to talk to the people in West Virginia and get some of the regs changed once they were put into place. For instance, corn snakes are native there, and they put in a blanket rule where no corn snakes can be kept. And I was able to kind of get to the table with the herpetologists and basically be like, you don't know what the hell you're doing, because now you have to collect, I don't know, 1,500, 15,000 corn snakes across West Virginia. And that's just nonsensical. Just say you can't keep normal phase. And because I live in both worlds, they listened to me and the regulations were changed. So that is the idea behind this whole thing. And I wanted to work with hognose snakes. Hognose snakes are a huge part of the colubroid world, colubrid, herpetoculture, whatever you want to call it. And I found these guys in Iowa. And in Iowa, Heterodon nasicus, western hognose snakes, are one of the rarest snakes in the state. They're only left in a couple populations. And so I was able to get in on that project, and through the university, I recruited multiple graduate students. 3 of those graduate students are here, and the auction last year bought them food, important, paid for their lodging, paid for, how many transmitters, 12? Yeah, 12 total transmitters to put in our animals, covered 800 pit tags, a pit tag reader, and then all the field equipment to get this project rolling. And so last year I told you, when I came back to COLUBRIDFEST, I would be bringing new students, did that, and they would be telling you what they found that year, and that's what we're gonna do right now before the auction, so you know what the money that you're putting towards the auction is going towards. Because this is gonna be pretty damn powerful, I think, when we're publishing papers, and these scientific papers are being published from an auction at COLUBRIDFEST. That's a pretty cool thing. So, I'm going to turn this over to them, and I haven't seen their presentation, so I'm going to learn something too.
Hello, everyone. I was told we have to go kind of quick because we have a lot of items to get through. So, my name is Tyler Suizo, one of Loafman's grads. This is Paige Roswell and Alyssa Lutz, and we spent a lot of time in Iowa this summer. We left a lot of blood there, a lot of sweat there, and limited numbers of tears. So we did pretty good there. But we'll jump right in. A big question we got is from everyone there, what the heck are you doing in Iowa? Well, we catch snakes. And we caught a lot of snakes. And this is a pretty accurate picture. If that's a racer, you freeze, you see the racer, and then you've either got to run or you got to dive or you got to do something because that thing's gone. I think Stanley dove on top of a cactus one time, but like I said, lots of blood. So a little bit about the site. It is roughly 530 acres of private preserve in southeast Iowa. It's a restored sand prairie. Like I said, this is private, so when we're going in, there's gates and we have to call security. It's kind of fun though. We use the security fence to help find turtles because the turtles are walking around, and as we're cruising along the security fence, we're like, oh sweet, there's a turtle. But this site used to be primarily agriculture and hunting ground. So the guys, we'll talk about them in a minute, they basically volunteer a ridiculous amount of time out there. And this is their personal passion project to save this prairie and save the species here. The main reason they're doing this is this yellow-bellied mud turtle. This is the only place in Iowa where these guys can be found. It's the last population hanging on there. So that's a big part of their work there. But Paige will tell you about the other species that's very important.
So, hi guys. A species that's very important to me out in Iowa and everyone else here, most people here, is the western hognose snake. We have a very large endangered population there. They are one of the most important species on the site and one of the most populous. And this is one of the only places in Iowa you can find these snakes. They like to dig on the ground. They're semi-fossorial. You guys know them. We all love them. I work with them in nature. So the first thing we did in Iowa was we spent a whole weekend building fences. So we basically put stakes in the ground and we wrapped them with silt fence. That explains it really easily. We had to dig a trench. There was a lot of people from West Liberty involved. And of course, the fellows will tell you about, they were there helping as well. We ended up placing about 3,800 feet of fence, which had about 176 funnel traps along it and 134 buckets. And the funnel traps typically caught snakes. Buckets were typically used for turtles.
Okay, so when we first got to the site at the end of April, the snakes were just kind of coming up from, their time underground for the winter. So there was an area on our site that had been burned in, I believe, March. So limited vegetation. We were able to walk that area pretty extensively in the spring and walk up a bunch of western hognose snakes. So a lot of these photos here are just all in situ pictures, how we found the snakes. Here's a pretty cool video after we caught this snake and released it. It found its way immediately back underground, right back into its hole. So it's pretty cool to see them, in their natural habitat coming up just to catch some sun before they really started dispersing for the year. So then we hit May, and the snakes are, they're ready to start moving around, go and find mates, all that good stuff. So the picture on the left there, I believe we caught 6 snakes in one trap, which was insane. There was one large female being trailed by like 4 or 5 males. And this day, I believe we caught 18 western hognose snakes in one day. That was our best day of the season. Yeah, 8 of them were within a span of 10 minutes, so it was really amazing. And at this point, all of these snakes are leaving this hibernacula where we were finding them in the spring, and they were dispersing to the dunes. So that video you just saw there was us releasing all of these guys after they got processed. So it was really cool. And then once they get to the dunes, the thing that's really cool about western hognose snakes is they eat turtle eggs. So this time of the year, end of May, early June, is when all of the aquatic turtles and the box turtles are nesting. So the picture on the left there is a rated turtle nest. You can see our flags, this is where we mark the turtle nest, and then there's a hole coming out of the ground, that's a hognose snake hole. And then you can see the hognose raiding the hole. That snake there, it looks pretty lumpy, it's got turtle eggs in it, and then that one had regurged some turtle eggs. And then here's a video of a big male who was eating some turtle eggs on the left there. And then on the right, there's just a little guy. He was probably a little confused, but he was digging around in the ground too. So yeah, they disperse into the dunes, eat turtle eggs in early summer. And
so, as we all probably know, hognose snakes are great actors. They love to play dead, and I don't know how often they do that in captivity for you guys, but usually upon our first time working up a snake, our first time in a while, these snakes are often gonna play dead, and they play really dead. If you flip them over, they go back on their back, their mouth is hanging open, sometimes they have blood vessels that burst, just to really show off that they are dead. And often they'll vomit or poop at this time as well, which is useful for Tyler, you'll hear about that. But this is just, they're fantastic at playing dead, and that was something we saw all the time.
All right, a little bit about my project. This is just a fun picture. They said, look for, one sec, boys. They said, look for snakes on the beaver lodge out there. And I said, okay. And Paige was sitting there with her phone, and I dove over the top of the beaver lodge to get a nice sized Nerodia. And we caught a lot of Nerodia on that beaver lodge. Too many Nerodia. There was lots of musk everywhere. But anyways, so I'm looking at hognose snake diet. How many of you have heard that western hognose snakes eat toads? Okay, good number of people. I'm not saying that's wrong, but at this site, They do not seem to eat toads really at all. We have not seen a western hognose snake eat a toad. We've seen easterns eat a toad, but not the westerns. So I'm looking at that. I'm doing a comprehensive lit review, so that way we have a better idea of what to feed our hognose snakes in captivity. And then I'm looking at vomit and fecal samples for what they're eating, and I'm doing a little bit of fecal eDNA with some next-gen sequencing so we can get the genetic side of that question. And boys, if you want to pass out those egg packets. So when we're out on the preserve, the hognose snakes, they don't do well at processing all the calcium in the eggshells. So we find them either puked up or pooped out, and I'm having them disperse some of those egg packets so you can look at them. And it's really cool because you can see they eat quite a few turtle eggs in one sitting. And they're not small eggs. These eggs can weigh, 30, 40 grams. And we also found one eating a bird egg, which was quite interesting. The juvenile hognose snakes seem to be eating a lot of race runners. Now, one interesting thing to note is they don't ever seem to eat them head first. They are either eating them sideways or backwards. And I got this really fun video of one eating this race runner. Poor race runner, sorry buddy. It's okay, you're helping an endangered species, it's okay. It's also really funny. Once they're done eating them, they're like stuffed little sausages and they can't bend. Like they can't curl up, so they like kind of waddle away if the snake can waddle, and curl, like wrap around a bush. So they're quite entertaining. And then what I'm doing with the genetics, I take the poop, I put it in a buffer, and then because I'm in grad school, I stay up till 2 in the morning in the genetics lab, and that's what it looks like when you get Tyler at 2 in the morning pipetting things. So, yeah.
So now I'll tell you guys some about my project. Again, hognoses are very near and dear to me. My project mainly focuses on western hognose snakes and what they're doing in the space that they inhabit, where they're going, what temperature they're doing these things at. How am I doing that? How many of you know what radio telemetry is? Okay, a good number of you. So basically, I had these snakes surgically implanted with some transmitters that send radio signals back to a receiver that I have and carry with me. I attach an antenna to it, and I listen to the beeps, and based on how loud they are, I follow that direction and I find my snake in the wild. And they're often curled up under grass, anything like that, but what this information can then tell me after some statistical computing is where these snakes are found, which is shown here. The blue is more recent, where they've been lately, and the yellow is where they've been this year so far. And yeah, again, I learn their home ranges, I learn their movement patterns, all of this just from following them around, basically. This is what it looks like when we're out doing telemetry. I have to wear special PPE because sometimes snakes don't listen to fences and they just go right under the fence, and then I have to follow them under the fence, which is somewhere that I have to wear protective equipment. And then here there's Loafman when he found his first one of my snakes with the radio telemetry. That was really fun. It was a good moment for everybody. And then there's just more pictures of me at the fence because that happened a lot. Here's my snakes, a few of them. I have 10 in total right now. We had 11, someone passed away. But right now we have Dolly Parton, we have Willie Nelson, and we have Johnny Cash, among others. They're all named after Western artists and cowboys. Fitting. Yeah. So then these are just a picture of the snakes, an AI generated image of what the snakes should look like, and their home ranges. And then this is how we find the snakes. Like when I locate them, I look at the ground, this is what I see. Tyler circled it for you, there's the snake.
All right, so my project is going to be a little bit of a broader range of things, looking at all of the species found on our site. So there's 7 main species found here. You can see them up there. We got the hogs, the bull snakes, the garters and ribbons, water snake, racer, and we have a couple others, random ones, 1s and 2s here, but those are the main ones. And then if Tyler, we got some numbers. This year we have had almost 1,500 snake captures just for this field season. Now, this doesn't mean we have that many individual snakes. There's a lot of recaptures happening, but we had 1,500 snake captures for this season, which is pretty fantastic. There has been work ongoing on the site since 2018. Since then, we've had about 3,500 captures, and by next year, I fully suspect that we will reach 5,000 snake captures on our site. So my study is going to be looking at all of these snakes and how they kind of partition habitat and food resources, and how can all of these snakes coexist on one 500-acre property. So when we catch these snakes in our drift fences or just incidentally as we're walking around the property, we're taking location data, photos, we measure the snakes, we weigh them, determine sex, and then they all get a pit tag. So this is just, if you guys aren't familiar with that process, just kind of like a microchip that your pet would get. We can scan it and they all have their own individual numbers so we can identify them if we catch them again. So with these pit tags, without even doing any super deep analysis, we're already getting some really cool information. And this is probably going to be part of my project as well. We're seeing some really awesome growth data. So for example, these racers early in the season, back in April and May, we were catching these little guys, were probably last year's young of year racers, still fully patterned. And then by September, they are pretty much lacking that juvenile coloration. This guy, in particular, the same snake in both photos, he grew 15 centimeters and gained 10 grams in about 4 months. So really cool. And then this hog, they did pit tag Western Hognose since about 2021, I believe. So this guy was first captured in June of 2022, and then we caught him again this year. He grew 20 centimeters, which isn't a whole lot more than that racer, but he gained 150 grams. So we got some really, really cool growth data just from the pit tagging we've done. And then I know Paige has already kind of touched on home ranges of her snakes, but even with the pit tags, we're getting some really cool movement data. So this Eastern Hognose, we caught it last year in July, and then again, just like I believe a week or two ago, and it moved over a mile. And that's straight line distance. The snake probably did not move in a direct straight line, so it's just really cool to see that this guy moved that far. And then this is just a little baby Western Hognose. Yeah, not very big. He didn't move super far, only about 2/10 of a mile, but through the sand dunes over 2 days, I mean, I'm pretty impressed by that. So just really cool to see, even without having transmitters in these snakes, we're still getting cool movement data and growth data.
All right, so just to give you guys some numbers, just so you know, we were out there working hard. We were using the money well, okay? We'll go over just our snake captures. We caught 1 brown snake. Yes! They are very rare on the site. There's been very few brown snakes caught there, so we were pretty stoked about that. 52 bull snakes, 2 fox snakes, another really rare one for the site. 358 racers.
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad. 274 garter snakes, 174 ribbon snakes, 86 water snakes, like I said. Between the racers and the water snakes, there was a lot of blood. 53 Eastern Hognose snakes. Does anyone have any guesses on how many Western Hognose snakes we got? This is the only endangered species on the site. Just any guesses? Someone throw some numbers out there. 15. 417, oh boy.
33.
33. 600. Okay. 350, all right. 439, which I can tell you is not accurate, because when this presentation was due, I then proceeded to catch a lot of hognose snakes the next day, and one of our people that are out there right now caught 7 more today. So we are at 454 hognose snakes this year, which is pretty incredible. I may or may not have made a promise that we were getting to 500, and I'm really hoping that we make it. I think we will. But like Paige said, we got a lot of snakes. We actually ran out of pit tags, so we had to order more. But just some other things, we have over 1,000 pit tag snakes on the site. The traps, we have checked them every single day for 157 days now, straight. A big note is this is a really good population of ornate box turtles, which are another endangered species. And this year alone, we have 1,532 captures of box turtles, which is pretty incredible. Again, this is just recaptures and everything. We see a box turtle. We might have seen this box turtle 20 times this year, but it's really cool movement data. We also do a lot of stuff with inverts, and I can't remember how many, but we have like 5 new species for Iowa documented at this site, and quite a few new for the county, and a lot of them are endangered. And we also work with some endangered and threatened small mammals as well. So this site is very, very, very special, and it is just an honor to be able to work there. Oh yeah, the hognose snake. He's digging. Our season ends in the end of October, so we still got a ways to go, but we're excited. And now that we're at school, we're really excited to go back to Iowa. All right, quick acknowledgements, and then we're done.
So I'm not going to list all the names here, but these are a lot of the students, both grad and undergrad, that came out with us to help us. Obviously, there's 3 different projects going on among the original data being collected, so there's a lot to do, and all of these people were here helping very often. Thanks, guys. A lot of them are right here. And these are 3 special guys who run the preserve. There's Don on the left, Jim in the middle, and Josh on the right. They basically run the entire preserve. They keep it functioning. They're the ones doing all of the land management. So we just wanted to thank them as well. They're not here. None of them are here, but they have been very influential to all of us and all of Big Sand Mountain. Thanks, guys. Oh, yes, thank you guys for your money. Thank you for donating.
Go out and be conservationists one day. That's the goal. That's why they're going to college. And ask them. I tell them weekly, daily, monthly, depending on the conditions, that you are doing this opportunity was afforded to you thanks to COLUBRIDFEST. That's always been like right there up in the front of what we're doing. And I just want to thank you all for the donations that you gave last year, and I want to thank you all for the donations you're going to give tonight.
I have to say, wow. Wow, I don't know what the total is, but obviously, I mean, there was some items moved, some money moved, and I want to be the first to thank every one of you. I mean, this is such a...
Dude, this right here, this is like a dream for me. Look at this stuff in here, man. If you're not vending, you're not attending, man, what are you even doing this weekend?
How safe you feel.
Look at this. Look at the pattern, the head. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, so it was hard for me to show. Look at that yellow coming down. Look at the spine and that head. Wicked. Dude, I'm here to tell you right now, COLUBRIDFEST is going off, dude. Calico Chinese beauty snake. Oh, I see her nose right out the gate. She got a mask. I shouldn't be in this room. How are you? Got Flynn in the house representing. Man, I had to get me one of these hats too, guys. There was only 2 of them. One of them's coming home with the general. Check this out. Hypo King rat snakes. Look at the eyeballs, guys. And what do you got? Honestly, pound for pound, being pretty chill.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. They just want to go, like you said.
Thank you for coming out to COLUBRIDFEST, and thank you for showing me something cool, man.
Thank you.
There it is, the hat of the auction. That is not the hat of the auction.
It is one of them, yes, but not the, we're the second owner. We're just taking orders for him, and that one's going to actually go as a gift to someone else.
Yeah, no, I didn't get it. Color of the paint. Making it more of a tangerine like beautiful. So that kind of plays like an incomplete dominant, and how red factor kind of is red.
Tell me what we've got here, guys.
So he is a chimera. So in the egg, he was a set of twins that the cells never separated to become twins. He is half scaled, half scaleless.
Have you named this baby?
Harvey Dent.
Of course he is. How are you, Harvey? That is so unique. There's one side, there's the other.
I got like halfway down.
Ah, look at this baby here.
Oh no.
But so these are the parents. So,
These are the smallest. The best way to get in touch is by that
And they're in yellow.
In their face, they do mark their territory by rubbing their face. So that's a reason you wouldn't want too big of an enclosure, because if they don't have time to mark their territory in between cleanings and you're responsible for cleanings, and they will hurt. They'll stress out because. Okay.
You want those?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're welcome.
Lee. Nice to meet you.
Where are you out? Young, Iowa.
Oh, really? My snakes?
Beautiful, dude.
I did not need that. But he did come down in price. So
Down here at COLUBRIDFEST, and we've got infrared reptiles and Kayla. Kayla, show them what you've got here, man.
This is the, of course, it's a typical hunter attitude. This is the TSK Black Line. It's a line-bred trait of Hondurans, focusing on the black and a variant patterning. Probably my best female with that stripe going down.
Just absolutely a smoker. Doesn't super want to cooperate, but that doesn't take anything away from the beauty of
They
this
calm
animal.
down as they get.
Oh, well, hi. Kayla, your table is super busy. I just wanted to stop by, show the people something cool. Don't sleep on COLUBRIDFEST, guys. It's popping. Okay, guys, so we're over here with our friends Josh and April. April, I want you to be a part of some stuff. Okay. So, out here at COLUBRIDFEST, guys, you kind of have some specialty stuff that you deal with. Obviously, we all know April for the house snakes, but check out these file snakes, man. Can you tell everybody maybe a little bit about the file snakes, April?
Well, one of the cool things about the file snake is it is almost impossible to get them to bite you. If you get one to do it, you better tell me about it, because I have 6 generations of file and I've never been hit by one. Now right now this one's a little bit rowdy just because it's been stuck in a box for a while, but they usually are pretty gentle. They're pretty good, easy to take care of, they're really not hard. If you can take care of a ball python, you can take care of a file snake.
And I love the nose. So what's going on with that? Why is it shaped like that?
Well, because they can unbury things with it. It's kind of like how they have that kind of shovel thing. And then they have these really big nostrils.
Yeah.
Nostrils. They have a very large Jacobson's organ compared to their bodies. That's they also have that real long, thicky tongue. And that just helps them to find things from far away. These guys do eat a variety of prey items. I know a lot of times people assume that because they were trying to shade it automatically means they only eat snakes and stuff. It's actually, in my experience, it's actually kind of hard to eat snakes. I definitely don't think that is the primary diet. Lots of things in the wild, videos of a lot of variety, like small mammals, African software rats.
I just see the nose. It's got a feel of like the elephant.
Yeah,
a little bit.
So another really cool thing is the scales here. They are double keeled, right? So they don't overlap. It is a very cool texture. If you've never touched one, it's very. They also change color a bit. So like this color here, the fire up, right? Which is pretty unique in these things. Change color. They are really fantastic pets. If you've never experienced one, come on down to COLUBRIDFEST.
Ooh, what do we got here? Are these yours?
Yes.
They're yours? Ah. Oh, yeah. Dude, that's awesome. Thanks for coming in. And I can't help but come over here, guys. It would not be a COLUBRIDFEST if we didn't pay some homage here. And check these out. So, just so everybody knows, this is the family over here, Hendrick's Family Serpents. And we got Alyssa and Aaron. Well, right now we got Aaron. Aaron, why don't you show us something that you think's cool down here on this table, dude?
This is a salmon snow toffee. So albino anery, salmon is red factor with 2 copies of the red factor genetic. That's homozygote. And then as you see, the greenish tones in tangerine comes from a yellow enhancing genetic. It's also an incomplete dominant called toffee.
Now, for those that don't know what this is, what species is this?
This is Pantherophis guttatus. It's a corn snake, North American corn snake, red racer, or red rat snake.
And you were showing me what an adult looks like earlier. Show them what an adult looks like.
So this is our Okatee Hunt Club locality animals. They look a lot like this when they're in an albino.
Oh, of course I would do.
So that's the albino version of Okatee Hunt Club. A lot of people will say Okatee type or but they don't explain that Okatee means that it comes from the Okatee Hunt Club in South Carolina, that it's not a morph or mutation, it's what they actually look like in the wild. And this happens to be the albino version from them. Speaking of localities, animals like this come from the Florida Keys. This one we call a boot key. And as it ages, it'll turn bright orange And that base color that you see in there will turn a nice kind of purplish tone. As an adult, you get a snake that finishes out a lot like this, and it has those really nice gray tones and bright oranges throughout the snake, and the pattern is almost broken up in what we would consider diffuse. Look at that belly color.
That's a smoker, dude.
Thank you.
And that is, now, is that one of the parents to what you have here that we just showed?
Yeah, that's the parent to this animal here. And this animal over here. And this one has these really, really cool bow tie pattern on the back that tends to happen with that specific locality as well, instead of your traditional saddles. It's a pretty cool animal.
Super awesome. Hey, dude, thank you for your time. I do have to ask you while we've got you, man, how has COLUBRIDFEST been for you, Eric?
COLUBRIDFEST is awesome. It's great to be here with a lot of cool people that really focus in on the stuff that we do and we like.
Yeah.
And everybody's super friendly. Everybody's willing to talk and teach. And man, I've seen some of the coolest animals I've seen at any show in years.
Real talk, dude.
It's
all about community out here at COLUBRIDFEST. Come be a part of it with us, guys. All right, guys, we got my boy Max over here. Tell everybody what you're out here doing at COLUBRIDFEST, Max.
Just running the Colubrid and Colubrid radio table. We got falsies from Zach. We got shirts. And we got the infamous Dip Saturday book from Zach himself. Come check it out.
Yeah,
Books
dude.
are selling like hotcakes.
I gotta give me a shirt, man. Hey, thanks for coming out, dude. And I appreciate, first of all, thanks for coming out. Let's get real, dude. Huge thanks to Zach for helping make all of this possible, dude. And obviously, check him out, guys.
Put her around you. Okay, don't grab her. Ready?
Is that awesome, bro?
There you go.
I love it.
How much is this one?
Where you going, baby?
All right, walk
Just
around
a
this way,
baby.
buddy.
Thank you.
What's going on, guys? We're out here at COLUBRIDFEST, and we're with Adam's Family Snakes. You heard? Man,
That's me.
Take the microphone, man. What's up with this, dude?
This is Lilith. She's just albino bull snakes. Kind of, if you don't like the big snakes, that ain't up to me. Find you a different man if you don't like a big snake. That's all I can say. I like the big ones. My wife likes them too. That's just the way that it works.
He said it's just an albino. Man, bring this baby up here. Look at this puppy dog, dude. Look at this.
Where you going?
It's a baby, bro.
It is. This is an ambassador that we have here. Unfortunately, she don't get to go home with us this year because somebody else wanted her more than we did.
Hey, you know what? That sometimes that's the way it's supposed to go, and she obviously did what she was doing for you.
Absolutely, she is amazing.
She's going to somebody else so they can love her as much as you did. The nice thing is, whoever got that animal, man, that animal's already set, dude.
She is, and it's a bull snake that you can boop the snoop and she don't bite you.
Something to be said about that. So, I gotta ask you, my friend.
Yes, sir.
How is COLUBRIDFEST going for you this year, man?
Well,
I see missing spots on the tape.
Yeah, there's the fun stuff with this show is you come on Saturday. Don't just come on to get a weekend ticket, do the whole thing. The seminars, the auction, all the stuff is better than any snake show, reptile show you'll go to. This is not a reptile show.
This is an event and a full-blown experience, guys.
This is an event. Top to bottom, it's fun all day long, meeting people that you see on the internet. People come up, meet me, I go up and meet other people that I'm enthusiastic about. This is just, for snake people and not snake people, this is a big event. It's nice.
Man, we appreciate you coming out. Many
Yes,
more
sir.
years,
Oh,
dude.
I'll be here next.
All right, guys, I came by here earlier. This table is just looks. Wait a second. What do we have here?
full-grown snakes. These guys are really cool because unlike the other Ridley eyes and some of the other species, these guys can handle a little bit more warmer temperatures, making it much easier to keep with your snake. So that's why we like these guys.
And they get so phenomenal as they age. Some of the coloration around the outside, I don't know, it's kind of like mascara or whatever. They've got just such beautiful makeup, and I'm a sucker for the beauties. It wouldn't have mattered what you pulled, man. It could have been a Vietnamese blue beauty, it could have been Taiwanese. Just amazing.
Yeah, we work with a few different beauties. This one right here is one of my favorites. They turned out really, really bright. There's a couple different color varieties. There's a yellowish phase and a blue phase. You don't really know what ones you're going to get yet. It's always fun to work with.
So I have to ask you, my brother, so how has Colubrid Fest been for you, man?
It's been really cool. I love the fact that we can just kind of mellow out a little bit. It's not so stressful on us or the animals. We can take it easy, spend some time. I like to go in there and listen to the seminars. We learned a lot. We got to speak with a lot of cool people that I never even spoke to, actually. That was very exciting for me, mostly.
And just such a great community event.
Oh,
That's
man.
one thing I have noticed since being out here with everybody. This is a close-knit family.
Absolutely. It's really cool. And everybody's really nice and willing to help and get together and just hang out and have a good time, man. And it's very relaxed.
So it sounds like we are going to see you on the next round.
Absolutely, man.
Brother, I appreciate you letting me crash up here and take a quick peek at that. And thanks for coming out and being a part of this.
I appreciate you guys, brother.
Always. All right, why don't you show everybody what you were just looking at?
Look at.
We're gonna use the professional terms.
Yes. So this lady, she has the most beautiful little cow nose here.
She
Love it.
does.
And then he has the same thing, but he's got a bloop on the snoot right there.
I love it. I love it. The bloop on the snoot. I love it. They want to come live with me.
They do.
They do, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. They're looking right at you.
They are looking right at
Did
me.
you hear him? He just called you dad.
It's so cute. Well, I will accept you calling me dad. You're coming home with the general. Yay!
So we're just looking at males. So we're looking at the head of the dog. So if you like kind of that darker look with the more colorful color, I would go with this one. If I'm you guys, I would take this one. That's a badge of honor.
Hey guys, it's Travis and we're Mid-America Reptiles out here at COLUBRIDFEST 2025. Show's going real well. We'd like to show you some of our snakes we got on the table this year. We've got some corn snakes. We've got Blood Red Mandarin project that's kind of new this year. Some Red Factor Snows, nice pink snakes. We've got some scaleless corns right here. And then over into some Blood Red Pied side. And some nice palmettos. Everybody likes the palmettos. And on the other side of the table over here, we got some adults in the middle. And then over into the other 8-ounce delis, we got some basically just Lamprepeltis in general, Honduran milks, MBKs, Cow Kings, and then the Mexicana. We're kind of planning next year to work a little bit more into the Mexicana stuff. We'll have some Granite Mexes, some more variables. Hopefully a good round selection for next year as well. I hope to see you guys next year.
Hey guys, it's Sarah from Sarah's Snake Shop here. I have had such a good time and learned so much over the last few days. The education here has been amazing, and all of the vendors are such an amazing community. We have so many people here, and I have corn snakes and corn snake accessories today, as per usual. Here we have a ton of different tesseras and possible head scaleless, a lot of motleys, a little bit of everything. I also wrote 2 corn snake morph books, although we've sold out of one of them. There's always going to be more. We have corn snake calendars and even snake shed jewelry going on. All of these are baby's first sheds that I have put in myself. So come on out to COLUBRIDFEST next time. Thank you guys so much for everything.
Hi, I'm Scott Hitchcock, Scott's Great Snakes. here at COLUBRIDFEST 2025. I work with a lot of different colubrids. I jokingly said a few times today that I have snake ADHD. I can't seem to focus on one particular species or even family, but I would have to say I lean heavily towards bull snake morphs and western hognose morphs. I do have something that is unique. I have my own morph of black rat snake that I founded a few years ago that I call the lightning rat snake. It's a T-positive albino. I collected the first one during a lightning storm, and that's where the name came from. I climbed on an aluminum ladder, risking my life, got it off a guy's roof, and bred it, proved it out, and there's a few folks working with it, so I'm pretty excited about it, of course, but that's me. They're inside. They're called hemi.
Hey guys, we are at COLUBRIDFEST. We are in Indiana. We're having an amazing time. My name is Jerry Hartley from Pure Locality Herps. I've got a whole bunch of stuff, pure locality animals, mostly pure locality cow kings, as he's going to show you through there. Had a bunch of people come through enjoying everything that we have, to include every other table that's out there. So we encourage everybody to come on by. And if you don't make it by this year, come by next year because it'll be even bigger and better, all right? All right, come see us.
We're gonna stay one more night and then head back tomorrow. I guarantee you that snake will be in shed tomorrow. Absolutely guarantee it.